Hey everyone, let's look into the questions for this video. So the first question is, what is multi-tenant architecture in Salesforce? Now this is a very common interview question, but I've seen a lot of candidates fail to answer this question though they have good number of experience. Now multi-tenant architecture is the heart of Salesforce. So anyways, what do you mean by multi-tenant? The word multi-tenant. So multi-tenant simply means multiple tenants, right? So let's say that if I give the example of this building, now this building has multiple flats, and so this building is being shared by multiple residents, right? Now, this building might have some resources like, let's say, water tank, clubhouse. Yeah, there can be a clubhouse, there can be generator. So these resources of this building is shared among the residents. But again, all the residents, they have their own privacy, yeah, they have their own flats. Now, the same thing, the same concept is in case of softwares. So, in case of software, there's a server. Now, think of server as a building. Now, on this server, multiple applications runs. So your application might be running, or on the same server, even my application might be running. So we are using the same server in order to run our applications. And so we are sharing the resources of the server. And when I say that we are sharing the resources of the server, I mean to say that it can be RAM, it can be CPU core, etc. Yeah, whatever the resources are there for the machine, we are sharing. The applications are sharing those resources, but also they have their data isolated. So this is what? This is multi-tenant architecture. So Salesforce runs on multi-tenant architecture. It means that there is a server machine being shared among multiple applications. Also, the data of the applications is isolated. Let's look into the next question now. The next question is, what is Global Picklist in Salesforce and when it is used? Now, the name itself says Global Picklist. It means you create a picklist, and this picklist can be used globally across the various objects in the Salesforce. So, how do you create a global picklist? If you quickly hop onto the Salesforce org, just give me a second. Yeah. So, on the setup, you have to search for picklist, value set, and you can create a global pick list. You can see that I've created a global pick list country and it has got some values, yeah, value sets. Fine. So global pick list can be created, as you can see, it can be created from pick list value set, and then it can be used across multiple objects. So I'll quickly show you one of the objects on which I've used global pick list. So this is a custom object. And here you can see that I've created a field country, and this country is using the global pick list. Now I can use this global pick list on as many objects as I want. So what is the beauty of global pick list, like why it is used? So the reason is very simple. See, if I create a global pick list country with some values, yeah, and let's say I'm using this global pick list on object 1, object 2, and let's say object 3. Yeah. Now let's say that right now it has got 3 values: India, USA, and let's say Canada. Yeah. Now let's say that we want to add one more value to this global pick list country. So all I have to do is I have to simply go to the global pick list and I can add a value over here. Yeah, let's say UAE. Now, as soon as I add it over here, it will get reflected on all the 3 objects which are using this global pick list as one of their pick list for one of their pick list field. Okay. Now, if I remove also, let's say I do not want India. So as soon as I remove it from here, again, it will be reflected all the objects pick list fields. So this is a use of global picklist, reusability and maintenance. You just have to make changes over here and it will be reflected on all the objects which are using, all the fields which are using the global picklist. So that's why we use global picklist. Right now, I'm just giving you the example of 3 objects. But when you work in the projects can be big and you may use global picklist on 50 objects, 100 objects also. Yeah. So imagine that if you have to make the changes to the values. Yeah. So if you don't use global picklist, then you have to literally go to all the objects and then all the objects fields and then maybe add the value, picklist value, or remove the picklist value. But if you're using global picklist, what you can do is you can make the changes to the global picklist and automatically it will get reflected on all the objects. So you just have to make change at one place. You're getting? So this is what global picklist is and this is why we use global picklist. Let's look into the next question for this video. What are field dependencies? So if I show it to you on the Salesforce org, you can see that country and city, there is a dependency between these two fields. And when I say that there is a dependency between these two fields, I mean to say that as per the selection, my selection in the country pick list, I'm going to get the values in the city pick list. So if I'm selecting India, it will show me all the cities of India. If I'm selecting USA, it will show me all the cities of USA and so on and so forth. So this is field dependency. Now, there can be a lot of questions around field dependencies. So in the field dependency, we have got the controlling field. So controlling field is a field on which the dependent field values are dependent on. So, or you can say controlling field is that field which controls the dependent field. Yeah, which controls the other field. So here you can see that this field, country, is controlling the values of city. Yeah, it's controlling the values of city. City will be called as a dependent field. Why? Because city values are dependent on country. So country is what? Controlling field and city is what? Dependent field. So there can be a lot of questions around controlling field and dependent field. For example, which field type can be defined as controlling field in Salesforce? So controlling fields can be standard pick list, custom pick list, and checkbox. So these are the only 3 fields that can be controlling field. The next question, which field type can be defined as a dependent field in Salesforce? So dependent field can be custom pick list and multi-select pick list. So point to be noted, checkbox cannot be dependent pick list. Also standard pick list cannot be dependent pick list. Moving ahead, can a standard pick list be used as dependent field? I just told you that no. Standard pick list cannot be a dependent field. Can a multi-select pick list act as a controlling field? No. So controlling field can only be these 3. So you just have to remember these 2 points and you'll be done. Okay, can a checkbox be used as a dependent field? Again, no. So you can take the screenshot of this slide. Just give me a second. And make sure that you revise these considerations before you appear for any of the Salesforce interview. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Meet you in the next one.